Gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Thank you to everybody who has been able to stick around to hear what these guys have got to say. As you can see, I've actually got 4 members of our team here with us. So let's hear it first of all for the Cool Running Colts. Right, I'm just going to come and sit behind my camera so you're not craning your necks to look at me. We just have a bit of quiet, folks, so that we can hear what the boys have got to say. First and foremost, let's have a big welcome back for Sam Hagan. Sam, what can I say? We were just having a quick chat downstairs in the pits, weren't we? I mean, I'm saying you dropped 2 points, what a great night, and you're saying, I'm disappointed. Why?
I just didn't feel very quick in the races I lost. I felt like I had the speed and I just made silly mistakes, but no, obviously dropping 2 points isn't too bad, but I feel like I could have done a lot better.
It's always good to hear that you guys are not quite satisfied with your score, but I mean in terms of the result overall, more than satisfying tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously we needed that against Edinburgh, and we got it, and hopefully that pushes us into getting to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. We were just having a quick chat with Luke Muff there before we started the press conference. Pretty much now every meeting we have is going to be a must-win if we want to get into that top 2, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we need to win away. That's our biggest problem. We got close to a couple, and then we just let it slip away. And then, no, definitely we need to get that away win and keep winning at home. And definitely we can make the playoffs, and we can definitely win the playoffs. We all need to ride and click as a team.
Well, I think you've already proved, haven't you, that on aggregate you can win because you've claimed every bonus point you've so far been in pursuit of.
Yeah, definitely, and the track was definitely different tonight compared to usual because of the British Championship. But no, obviously Ashton Kidd, he got quick, and he's a good rider, so it was always hard to him come in and play in. No, definitely as a team we did ride good, and obviously James and that rode good, Jack and everyone. So yeah.
Absolutely. So Sam Hagan, thank you so much, folks. Let's hear it for Sam. Next up is, we've not actually had the pleasure of his company, so we thought it was only appropriate to invite him up tonight. Let's hear it for Luke Muff, everybody. Luke, I've got to say, for those of the folks who are maybe a bit sharp-eyed out there, where's the man bun gone? What's going on?
We're going that quick down M62, it blew off.
Well, you're looking very, very handsome, hun, as you well know. Quite a night for yourself tonight. I mean, a bit disappointing in your second ride there, last place. What happened?
Me head went, and just sometimes it happens, doesn't it? I found a better setup though, and got on with it, and the rest of the rides. So it is what it is. Someone's got to win, haven't they?
Well, yeah, absolutely. And ever since the start of the season here at the National Stadium, I mean, you were a Mildenhall man, weren't you? So quite a little bit of a different track to the National Stadium. We've seen how you've developed over the last few months.
Hopefully for the good, for the better.
Definitely, yeah. Especially last week's score and this week. I mean, 7 points, paid 8.
Yeah, not too sad, is it? Like Sam said, we can always do better, but we've got to win, and that was the main thing. And all the lads did really well, so.
Absolutely, and this is the second meeting in a row where you've come into the meeting on deficit on aggregate, and you've managed to pull it back, and that's about, I think, just under 20 points the difference. So well done.
Yeah, we like doing it hard way, don't we?
Well, it makes it interesting, doesn't it?
100%, mate. Yeah.
Definitely. We've got some crucial away fixtures, as Sam was alluding to there. Obviously, our fixture at Berwick got rained off the other day. We're going to go to Workington next month. Are you looking forward to those matches?
Yeah, I can't wait to get to Workington. Berwick will be a test, but it is what it is. But yeah, I can't wait to get to Workington.
We can't wait to see what you guys are going to get up to down there, folks. Let's hear it for Luke Muff. And of course, so we get the pleasure of his company quite a lot because he's always in the top scorers. Let's hear it for the skipper, Jack Smith, everyone. And Jack, you feel free to tell me to go away here, but what happened in heat number 15 then?
Not a lot. To be fair, I was staying on track walk today because obviously I've done a lot of years here, showing my age. And I've been captain quite a lot, and I was saying to the boys, like, obviously there's been a few times that I've rode here where there has been a meeting on before. It makes the track a lot slicker, it makes the starts a lot slicker. Weirdly, you wouldn't go for 2 and 4 to start with, but on a night like this it is better, because if you let them choose the coin toss, then you've got gates 1 and 3 in the harder rides like heat 13, and we would have had 1 and 3 in heat 15, and then me and James would have probably held on to the maximums and not looked so dirty because we've been clean all night and not even had to pull a tear off. So. But it is what it is. I'm just showing my experience with stuff like that, but we went 1 and 3. We pulled back the aggregate. We won the meet and we got the bonus point, and that's the main thing.
Absolutely. I mean, personally, a bit disappointing to lose out on your maximum, as you say, but for the team effort, can't fault it.
Yeah, definitely. You know, because I don't like finishing last, and especially don't like finishing last round here. So yeah, not very happy about E15, but more neither was James. We both came in with a bit of a, you know, not good, so good look on our faces, but you know, all in all, we all had a good night. All the boys scored well. It was all a test for everyone. Like, you know, like Sam was saying, it wasn't, you know, Sam had the speed all night and rode well all night, but when a track's like this, it's more about lines than it is, you know, just riding the outside, because when a track is so slick, the lines come into it. Like Ashton in Heat 15 trapped and rode the inside. It's not always round the boards around here. So
no, indeed. And what can we say about the Monarchs Academy? After last week against Kent, I think maybe, I don't want to say we took anybody for granted, because you never do that. You guys are always prepared for anything that comes your way. But they put up a massive challenge, didn't they? Yeah,
definitely. You know, most of the home meetings so far this year, by the halfway stage of the meeting, we've basically already had it won. So they put up a good fight tonight, and it was nice to have that sort of challenge, and they've drafted in some good guests. So you know, what's let us down this year is just our away form, but we've still got 2 away meetings that we can go and win, and we need to win both of them and get every bonus point available.
Absolutely. Here's to the skipper. Let's hear it for Jack Smith, folks. Next up, let's hear for our number 1 man, James Pearson. James, let's talk track conditions. As Jack just alluded to there, we had the British Youth Championship before this NDL match. There was quite a lot of ruts on you know, the start-finish line from where the riders had been using it previously. How did the track ride at the beginning of your meeting to how it ended? Would it have been any different had there not been a meeting beforehand?
Oh, 100%. There would be a lot more grippier, like last week. You know, it was just on the outside and no one was really on the inside. But yeah, today obviously they were here and made it a lot more slicker. Like, we went on for half of a track walk, and we just kind of saw the outside line, and it was just really marbles. So, and yeah, obviously I like starting off fresh at the start, and I couldn't really do that tonight. So it was a bit annoying, but it is what it is. It's a racetrack, everyone's got a race on it, and yeah.
And you guys certainly adapted to it, even despite the fact that there was a little bit more of a slick condition than per usual. Just describe for people who are maybe not up with the speedway lingo, when you say you wanted to go off fresh, what do you mean by that?
Well, before we can even go out on the track, the trackman, who does an awesome job, might I add, he rips up the starts and then he packs it down. So then, like, fresh is where there's no ruts, it's just plain, and that for me I find is where the most like dirt is, and obviously you want to find the most amount of dirt to get out the gate. That's for me anyway. Lots of people have different ways to start, but that's just how I start, and yeah, I find it works sometimes, and yeah, that's what fresh means.
Definitely. On the track, well, I mean, you say only had a little bit of time before we had to crack on with the match. You were all on the start-finish line, having your little powwow. What kind of things are talked about in those pre-meeting discussions that you have with your teammates?
We talk about lines, if the track is slick or grippy, what gearing we're going to run, have a bit of banter on the track, you know, talk about what we've done during the week, and yeah, that's about it.
Lots of good vibes I'm getting from the camaraderie between yourself and your teammates, James. A quick word on tonight's match, obviously for yourself, missing out on another maximum by a point. As Sam said, you know, disappointing, but at the same time, you only dropped 1 point, a very impressive score still.
Yeah, I probably should be happy about how I rode. My mechanic Tim said cheer up, but yeah, 2 times on 12 points coming into the last race. Last week I had a problem with my cutout, which was a bit disappointing, and then tonight he just had a better gate and he rode better than me. So yeah, that was about it really. It's a bit annoying, but yeah.
Never mind, as always, next time, isn't there, folks? Let's hear it for James Pearson. Now then, on to the bosses. Graham, if my maths is correct with the points that these boys have scored, are we now 3rd in the National Development League table? You can tell me if I'm wrong.
I'm not sure. I'm not going to correct you if you're saying that.
I think that's what I worked out. So we're getting closer to those top 2.
Yeah, we're getting closer. But obviously we know we've got to keep picking up the home wins, picking up the home bonus points, and we've got to do something away with Workington and Berwick.
Absolutely. And tonight's Edinburgh team patched up, obviously 3 guests, a rider replacement ride. We got quite a challenge from them despite the fact that they weren't tracking more than half of their usual team.
Yeah, it was a bit frustrating for Edinburgh that already missing a couple of riders, and they'd sorted out a few guests, and then Tuesday in Poland they lost Jacob Hook as well and had to rejig all the guests again, so it was a bit of a nightmare for them. But we knew when they picked Ashton Bojan that they picked a good one there. Connor Coles usually he's had a bit of a nightmare tonight, just didn't work for him. So yeah, they picked up some good guests, and Cleggy's gone well obviously, so they kept us honest, but thankfully we just pulled it out a bit at the end and made it probably look a bit more convincing than it really was.
Well, absolutely. Graham, thanks so much for your thoughts. Let me pass over to Steve then. I mean, Steve, we've seen how fiercely these two sides battled tonight. The boys pulled back 20 points to take the aggregate bonus. That's twice they've managed to do that. They did it over Kent last week. You guys must be so proud of these boys.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, we're immensely proud of every team we put out there, and these lads this year have been immense, just the same. And you know, when you start off the meeting, you know what you've got to do. You know, there's a bit of pressure there, and like I say, they had some decent guests coming in tonight, and we knew that. And obviously, with having the British youth around, we knew track conditions would be different to what we normally expect. But yeah, you know, the lads knuckled down, talk. You know, it dragged out a little bit. A few weeks we were out there waiting, but yeah, they were spot on. The lads, they just kept the focus, kept talking. We kept chatting all the way through the team, and 1 to 7 just delivered as usual.
As usual, yes. And that's their July calendar now completed, but their August calendar, some big meetings coming up, as we've already said, away from home and at the National Speedway Stadium. While there's time, there's still hope they can make that top 2.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to fight for every point. We've got to go Workington and Berwick. There's no reason why we can't do a job there. And obviously around here, we've proven this year how good we are. So, you know, we've just got to try and take every point available, and at the end of the season, hopefully that will get us into the playoffs.
Fantastic. Well, gents, thank you so much for your thoughts. Let's do it for Stephen Graham, folks, and for our Cool Running Colts. Many congratulations, Ben, lads, on your win tonight in the aggregate bonus. Thank you all for joining us here at the National Stadium. Have a very safe trip home, and we will see you Monday, July 31st for the Belle races versus the Sheffield Tigers.